in Kenya, we've seen their president, His Excellency Dr. William Samoei Ruto. He's done a great job, by the way. He's done a great job. Credits to him. Of course, no human is perfect. You understand? No human is perfect, or no leader is perfect. He's done his part. Uh, but at some point, we've seen so many promises being taken to the people that put him and his team in office, that he's going to turn Kenya into Singapore, or into Singapore status, be it job creation and job opportunities, the economy growth and all that, the employment landscape and all that. But we all know how and at what stage Kenya is. Right now, Kenya is at a developing stage. If it were a kid, it will be uh, the kid will be at a developing stage. What does this mean? It means we creating more and more opportunities internally and exploiting resources internally. You understand? I'm trying to say this because when we have resources and we have to get outsiders or people from outside to come to explore the resources or exploit the resources, take them out, then use them, then dump the remains on us. That's exactly what happens in Africa. We recently saw what was happening in Namibia. Yes, Speed was in Namibia during his African tour, and it was said an African cannot buy gold or diamonds. An African cannot buy, a Namibian cannot buy gold or diamond, raw diamonds or raw gold, whatever that means, unless they are from outside. There are only people from outside the country or outside the continent that are allowed. You understand? So what if someone decides, a Namibian decides, I'm Namibian, yes, but I want to do gold business or diamond business. Yet you're not allowed to trade simply because you're Namibian. They want someone from outside to come, take it, go make something from it, maybe watches or whatever, bracelets, necklaces and all that, earrings, then come back. In fact, they will sell the first grades or A grades in the States, overseas, then later bring the low quality versions of the minerals back to Africa. You understand? So we've been used all this while, and it's not because we want to be used. We, the citizens, it's not because we want to be used or we love to be used. No, it's because our leaders overlook the needs of the people and look for where they will benefit. They, us, are people. You understand? Individuals. That's individual interest. How will I gain from this? How will I gain from this gold deal? For example, in Kenya, let's go back to Kenya and also South Africa. They have some of the biggest uh, gold reserves in the world. But how are they gaining from these exploits? Because we all know companies from overseas companies are the ones doing the mining and extractions. At the end of the day, they carry the gold from outside out of South Africa. They only bring back the likes of the watches, the necklaces, and all that. That is now things that have been made from the raw materials, but they cannot sell. They cannot sell the raw product to the natives. So the natives cannot trade in gold in South Africa, but they have some of the biggest gold reserves. In Kenya, they recently discovered gold in a county called Kakamega County. Yes, Kakamega County is in Kenya. We have counties. So Kakamega County has one of the biggest gold reserves. It was estimated at close to $600 billion. You understand? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But at the end of the day, you'll see uh, companies from outside will be contracted to come exploit. But at the end of the day, they carry the whole thing, go with it, because there is one or two politicians or leaders up there in the government who have ordered that to happen. At the end of the day, they get their own share and forget about the people. They forget about the local communities that will face the effects of mining, the effects of mineral exploitation. You understand, when a place has a mine or quarries, which result as a mine as a result of the mining activities, there's always dumping, then waste, the dust, then the quarries have water and they harbor mosquitoes and other diseases. The communities close are the ones that get affected, but the leaders who benefit from it, the leaders who take the money, they stay in the city. Understand? Nigeria is facing the same problem. It has one of the biggest oil reserves in the world, but not so many people benefit from it. Even if the oil is on your land, you won't benefit from it because there are only some few people that are contracted, and even though they extract the oil from your land, personal land, you won't get a cut from it. Someone else from the government will be contracted or will be paid on your behalf. You'll only be compensated not even less than 1%. You understand? So Africa, the problem with Africa is just bigger than. I don't know if we will ever solve this because it's a repetitive issue that we've had all these years. You understand? Each and every leader that comes, each and every leader that is elected does the same thing over and over again. No one is trying to reform the system when it comes to corruption, when it comes to injustice, when it comes to unequitable distribution of resources and funds and all that. Employment opportunities for the youth and you understand? Everything is done according to who knows who comes from where or which part of the country. Whether you're in Ghana, whether in Namibia, whether in Lesotho, South Africa, Nigeria, all this happens, Kenya, all these things are happening in these countries. We are having most leaders look up to leaders from outside Africa, that is, leaders from overseas, but at the same time, they overlook the failures of those leaders. We should start to look at our own failures and learn from them, so we can do better for ourselves. Because Africa is ours. Africa is our business. Africa is our own land that we need to protect. You hear, I think you've heard that Trump is fighting so hard to gain control of our Greenland simply because he doesn't want Russia and China to get access of it. He knows a war can break out anytime, and Greenland is very strategic in that. You will never hear African countries or African leaders do such things or engage in such talks. They're only interested in silly things, in corruption and exploitation of the people, and just silly things. They're never interested in serious topics that have to do with expansion of their boundaries or borders, or you understand, or enrichment of their countries and all that. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mojos Ke, and if you haven't been a viewer of this channel, this is the first time maybe. I talk about all these issues like this video or whatever I've just talked about. And kindly do subscribe so we can meet in the next video. Peace out. Love you.